Hello class 7 Occulians, welcome back to the online class. In this video, we will learn your science chapter 7, changes of matter. Dear children, there are many changes taking place around us all the time. And some of the changes that we see around us are a caterpillar transforming into a beautiful butterfly, seeds germinating into seedlings, an infant becoming an adult human, little puppies becoming big dogs, water changing into ice, burning of candle, cooking potato, burning of wood. These are some of the changes that is taking place around us. And the changes in matter around us can be identified by observing changes in the characteristics of matter. Now coming to the physical change. What is a physical change? Changes where the physical properties like shape, size, appearances, or state of a substance change without any change in its chemical composition are called physical change. For example, here in the slide, a pencil is broken into two parts. There is no change in the chemical composition of the pencil, but only a change in the size occurs. Such type of changes are known as physical changes. For example, now a solid butter is melted to become a liquid. Now the state of matter, here is the change. Likewise, an ice water is melted to become a liquid water. The formula of the water remains the same except the change in the states of matter occurs. So such type of changes are called physical changes. The starting and ending materials of a physical change are the same throughout. Even though they may look different, they are still the same. Now chemical change. A chemical change requires the interaction between two substances. It is a change in which a new substance is formed that has an entirely different composition from the original substance, as shown in the slide. Wood burns to form a new product, ash, and different ingredients and many types of ingredients are mixed to bake a cake. Likewise, an egg. A whole egg is fried with an oil to form a fried egg. So the new substances formed have totally different composition from the original substances. And this type of changes cannot be reversed. Now characteristics of physical and chemical changes. Dear children, let us go through the differences. In a physical change, no new substance is formed. The composition of the substance remains unchanged, while in a chemical change, it results in the formation of new substances. The composition of the new substance are different from the original substance. And in a physical change, it is a temporary change that can be reversed easily, while in a chemical change, it is a permanent change that cannot be reversed easily. And in a physical change, no change occurs in the mass of the substances undergoing the change. While in a chemical change, mass of the individual substance may either be increased or decreased. So these are some of the differences between physical change and chemical change. Chemical reactions. We have seen so many changes around us like appearing of reddish brown color on the surface of iron, souring of milk after it is left for days. Such type of changes are called chemical changes. And chemical changes can only take place if a chemical reaction occurs. So what is a chemical reaction? Normally, rusting is one example of a chemical reaction. Rusting occurs on iron benches, gates and railings. Normally, the surfaces of these materials are painted regularly to prevent rusting. So, what is rust? Rust is formed when iron reacts with oxygen and water. So rust is an iron compound that is formed due to the reaction of iron with water and oxygen. Rusting eats away the surface of objects made from iron and destroys them, as shown in the picture below. Also, patina or tarnish is a thin layer that forms over metals like copper, silver, aluminium, etc., as their outermost layer undergoes a chemical reaction. So, rust destroys the iron quite fast, but patina takes much longer to destroy the copper. So, such type of changes in iron or copper or silver, aluminium are known as chemical changes, and the type of changes occurs only when there is a chemical reaction. Now, what are the effects of rusting? The chemical formula of rust is iron oxide monohydrate, which is a mixture of iron oxide and iron hydroxide, and the rust is in the form of flakes. The presence of impurities like salt, water vapor and carbon hastens rusting. This is why rusting is seen mostly during the rainy season or often near coastal areas. Prevention of rusting. Rusting can be avoided by preventing the iron surface from getting exposed to air and water. Some of the methods are: 1. Painting. Painting the metal surface prevents it from coming in contact with the moisture and oxygen present in the atmosphere, thus preventing it from rusting. Applying oil. Water and oil do not mix. Applying oil on the metal surface prevents water from reaching the surface, thus rusting does not occur. Galvanizing. It is a deposition of layer of zinc on an object. Zinc forms a layer of zinc oxide on its reaction with oxygen. This layer acts as a barrier between iron and the atmosphere. Now the fourth method is alloying. A solid solution of two or more metals and a non-metal is called an alloy. Most of the utensils in kitchen sink are made up of alloys. Steel is one example of alloy of iron and carbon. The presence of these metals prevents rusting. So let us know more about the different types of chemical reactions. Now, what is a displacement reaction? There are elements which are less reactive and more reactive. So in this reaction, the more reactive element displaces the less reactive elements. Second, combustion, the type of chemical reaction that takes place in the presence of oxygen to produce heat and light. And what is crystallization? Crystallization is a process by which pure crystals of a substance are obtained from its impure solution. Example, pure salt is obtained from seawater by the method of crystallization. Dear children, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe.